high school football highlights around on the Friday Night Blitz. News Watch 12 at 10 starts right now.
Your local news and weather from where you live. News Watch 12 at 10 starts now.
Welcome to News Watch 12 at 10. I'm Justin Betty. A Lincoln County woman charged with the death of her less than 2-year-old child will now officially go to trial. 22-year-old Amber Boyd appeared in court today for a preliminary hearing. She faces a charge of child neglect with a consequence of death. She'll appear in court again next month on the 5th. She and 25-year-old Cody Robertson were arrested back in May after an autopsy of their child showed multiple injuries, pneumonia, and methamphetamine in their system. A woman who admitted to helping stab a classmate to please the horror character Slender Man will soon be freed from mental health institution on Monday. A judge ruled today 19-year-old Anissa Wire will be released after spending almost 4 years at the Winnebago Mental Health Institute. Wire and her friend Morgan Geyser lured classmate Peyton Leutner to a park in Waukesha following a sleepover back in May of 2014. Geyser stabbed Leutner multiple times while Wire urged her on. All three girls were just 12 years old at that time. In just 3 months, the town of Three Lakes will likely be without a bank of its own in town. This comes after the announcement of both BMO Harris and Nicolet National Bank deciding to close their Three Lakes locations in coming months. Three Lakes Town Chairman Jeff Bruss says it's now on the town board's court to find a replacement.
I'd like to think that those are corporate decisions and they didn't base them on a dislike for the community or not liking the way our governance is, but I feel obligated to obviously find a replacement. We've had some good talks in that direction.
Bruss added he believes Three Lakes is a vibrant town, deserves to have a bank of its own without people having to drive to Eagle River or Rhinelander. Well, speaking of money, the Dow fell 5 straight days this week, including 272 points today. It closed at 34,608. The NASDAQ and S&P 500 also dropped on the day. The number of new COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin fell a little this week, though the number is inched back up a little today. Today, the State Department of Health Services reports about 2,300 new cases. We're now averaging about 1,500 per day over the last week. Death numbers tend to lag behind by a couple weeks. They are still rising. Right now, we're averaging about 12 new deaths per day over the last week. The Republican National Committee says it plans to sue the Biden administration over its new plan to combat COVID-19. That plan includes mandatory vaccines for all federal workers and contractors, and also requires vaccines or weekly testing for large companies with 100 or more workers. In a statement, the RNC chairwoman called that mandate unconstitutional, saying it hurts small businesses, workers, and families. Federal workers and contractors now have 75 days to get vaccinated. Tomorrow marks 20 years since the 9/11 terror attacks. Jay Gray's at Ground Zero with a preview of tomorrow's remembrances.
The echo of bagpipes, barricades, and a growing show of force at Ground Zero. Final preparations for tomorrow's memorial here, the same place where 20 years earlier, the Manhattan skyline and soul of our nation were forever changed.
That day is forever seared into all of our memories. The pain, the terror, the enormous loss, and also the incredible displays of courage.
Courage that came with a promise to honor the nearly 3,000 lost on that horrible day.
If we don't find light out of a tragedy, no matter what that tragedy is, it's just a tragedy.
And so tomorrow, millions will pause across the country while thousands gather in a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, at the Pentagon, and here in the spot where the towers once stood.
What used to be here was a pit, and now it's an entire plaza.
We wanted a place of quiet contemplation and reflection, but we also wanted it to be a place full of hope and life.
Sacred ground, a place defined by these names etched in bronze, a roster of heroes that will never be forgotten. Beginning here in the morning, President Biden and the First Lady will visit all 3 memorial sites tomorrow. Jay Gray, NBC News, New York.
We had 2 News Watch 12 anchors leave this week for different jobs, and some of our viewers have already noticed. Plus, Jeff had a guest make an appearance during a weather forecast this week. Take a listen to the calls on tonight's My Two Cents.
I would like to know if Channel 12 is just a training center for the news people because there's been a lot of them leaving. I'd like to know if we're just a training center or not.
A training center, but I do view our station kind of way like a teaching hospital. Teaching hospitals are still legitimate hospitals. They do important work. They also train the next generation of doctors and nurses. TV stations make money off advertising, and the bigger the city, the more opportunities to get people to watch, and the more money they can make, the more money they can pay their employees. We're a smaller station in Rhinelander, Wisconsin. Most of our reporters are young, they get experience, and they eventually move on to bigger jobs. But my bosses do have the good sense, at least in my opinion, to know that not everyone can be news. Some people need to do the teaching. My news director has been in the business for more than 40 years. I've been doing this professionally for 13, and Jeff is older than me. Sorry, Jeff. Speaking of Jeff, we did have a visitor on set this week.
Jeff had his dog appear in front on the screen a few nights ago, and we just want to let you know that we love seeing the short appearance of the dog, and maybe consider having that dog appear more often.
Yeah, that wasn't an accident. Theo was actually job shadowing. You just heard we were short a few anchors. So Theo was planning to read the teleprompter and learn just in case. I'm kidding, but thank you for the calls. If you want to make your voice heard on your 2 cents, give us a call at 715-365-8812, extension 319. Again, 715-365-8812, extension 319. Well, the Hodag football team look to remain undefeated on the season tonight. We'll have highlights on the Friday night blitz in just a little bit. But first, Jeff's in with your full weekend forecast next on Newswatch 12 at 10.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Builders Service Incorporated, Elko.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale and get the best for free. Through Saturday, get free installation on our best-selling carpet, free estimates, and interest-free financing. That's right, free carpet installation, free estimates, and interest-free financing. Only at Carpet City Flooring Center. Come see why contractors and designers choose Carpet City Flooring Center for their flooring needs. And get the best for free with free carpet installation through Saturday.
Carpet City, our prices will floor you.
At Save More Marketplace, our expansive produce section features a large organic selection of the freshest fruits and vegetables. Get ready to fire up your grill with the finest cuts of Black Angus beef, USDA Prime, Wagyu ribeye, over 15 varieties of brats made in-house, and so much more. Our Scratch Bakery has fresh breads and custom cakes and design specialties for any occasion. Our deli has a great selection of meats, cheeses, and quick and easy meals. And with Save More on the go, we bring the freshness to you.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Habish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Whether it's for work or play, you want a truck that'll get the job done right. We have them all. Half-ton trucks, Power Strokes, Cummins, Duramax, SUVs, over 800 to choose from. Know that all Lens trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, can be purchased online, and can be delivered right to your door. It's our way of saying thanks to our past and future customers for the last 35 years. Go now to lenstruck.com.
Lens Truck.
Huge online auction, Ironwood, Michigan. Plymouth GTX, Indian motorcycle, trailers, guns, trucks, electronics, appliances, and more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
You're watching NBC 12 from where you live.
All right, look what we did today. High temperatures back in the low, mid, even upper 70s across the area. But look at Minneapolis, back in the low 80s today. That is going to be most of us tomorrow as we have warmer air on the way. Just not right now. Currently, it's in the 60s out there for most locations. 68, though, for Eau Claire. So, yeah, a nice warm evening tonight. We'll have a nice warm day tomorrow, followed by some big changes getting in here tomorrow evening. But look at all the heat to the west of us now. There's still some 80s out here at this hour. more. It's weird, right? In September. But it's happening, and here we go. Tomorrow's going to be a nice warm day across the area, but then things begin to change quickly as it is September. 68 for a high on Sunday, 70 for Monday, Tuesday 72. So you get the idea. Tomorrow's the nice warm day, followed by back to reality, temperatures near normal Sunday, Monday into Tuesday. Today, though, lots of clouds and also some sunshine, and temperatures love that sunshine, right? With highs back in the 70s today. But we'll get a couple more clouds in here tomorrow morning, followed by a nice sunny period through the afternoon. And there are those clouds out there right now. They're kind of scattered across the area. But to our west, there's some stuff going on, and this is the stuff. So this will largely miss us to our north this evening. We're getting some residual clouds off it now, but nothing big at all around here. We have to watch this system here, though. There's a cold front in there. That's going to come through tomorrow evening, likely triggering a couple of showers around. Now, it's going to be very moisture-starved, so no big storms across the area tomorrow evening, and most likely after dark, and for sure probably after midnight tomorrow night. But overall, it's going to be a nice day tomorrow, followed by some weather tomorrow night into probably Sunday morning, and then we dry out through Sunday afternoon. The problem, though, is there's high pressure over us right now. Also one back off to our west, and the high pressure in charge right now is kind of a dirty area of high pressure, meaning the air is a bit stagnant, right? Things are kind of going around it, and that gives it a chance to have pollutants kind of add up in the atmosphere, and that's what's happening out there right now. So here's the smoke from western forest fires, and it's already got in here tonight. It's going to kind of build up again tomorrow. The air quality should be okay tomorrow, but you'll notice the haze in the atmosphere, and it may begin to get a little unhealthy at times tomorrow afternoon. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, very comfortable outside, with low temperatures down near 56, and a southwest breeze around 5 to 10. For tomorrow, it's Saturday, and look at this, partly cloudy skies. It is September, by the way, and really nice tomorrow with high temperatures up near 80. A couple of you will likely do low 80s tomorrow afternoon. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture Mattress shows that chance for rain tomorrow evening, most likely after midnight. A couple of showers lingering into Sunday morning, and then we really cool off. Look at Sunday, high of 68, Monday 70. Tuesday is our next chance for rain after tomorrow evening with a high near 72. Justin?
All right, thanks, Jeff. This summer, the Marathon County Sheriff's Department added a 2-year-old canine officer named Hero. He joins 3 other canines at the department, assisting law enforcement in searching for drugs or missing people. Officers say it's kind of like a game of hide and seek for Hero, and his reward for doing a good job is he gets his tennis ball.
This is him in work mode. He knows that there's an odor over there that he is trained to detect, so he wants to get over there and find that and say, hey, Dad, I found this. Can I have my ball now?
Officer McMullen says deputies work with dogs, get to take them home at the end of each shift where they live together. Did you know the Northwoods is home to a castle? We'll show it to you and tell you when you can see it in person, if you like, after the break.
At US Cellular, we know the local landscape, so we can help everyone stay connected for less.
Right now, get up to $1,200 off any 5G phone. The choice is yours.
Whether it's adapting the network for a strong signal where you work or optimizing your coverage where you play, we're always hard at work to make sure our state-of-the-art 5G network works for you.
Up to $1,200 off any 5G phone with no trade-in or hidden fees.
US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Sweetwater Spirits and Resort is open throughout the year. Dine in with a great view of Duck Lake. Carryout is also available. Enjoy roasted chicken, shrimp, burgers, pizza, Friday night fish fry, and Saturday night prime rib. Great happy hour deals Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and live music on the weekends. Sweetwater Spirits and Resort is family friendly and opens at 11 a.m. daily. Find us on Facebook to view nightly specials.
Anna's Sewing Studio wants to share the joys of sewing with you by celebrating with a Christmas in September sale, September 12th through September 18th. Christmas fabric kits, designs, and patterns are on sale now to help you with your holiday decorating and gift ideas. Sign up for a chance to win a grand door prize. Save big for Christmas during Anna's Sewing Studio's Christmas in September sale, with locations in Wausau, Appleton, and Green Bay.
Is it time for a new roof? Call Bear Renovations today to get on the schedule for this fall. The Bear is your certified roofing contractor and offers a full 50-year warranty on every shingle roof. Interested in metal roofing? Call the Bear for a free quote today at 715-224-3055 or go to bearrenovations.com. Call the Bear.
They might think of castles as a medieval thing, something in Europe. But as Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson tells us, there's one hidden in the North Woods. And you can see it yourself next week.
When you think of castles, you probably think medieval times. Well, you can transport yourself right here in Oneida County. Welcome to the Kelly Castle. After going down miles of back roads and across a long bridge, you'll find something that might make you look twice. A real-life castle. Pete Kelly, electrician by day and castle builder for life. When Pete inherited the property, it was in no shape for housing a castle.
When I started, I came out here, there wasn't enough room to pitch a tent.
Pete says many visitors ask why.
God told me to do this. I was inspired.
Mostly by medieval architecture. The castle reaches 35 feet high and transports people back in time.
You get a hair and pursue it.
And Pete did just that. He started the pursuit in 1987, and he's still going strong today, and even started showing it off to the public.
I sort of got forced into it. People that I work with are bikers. I know some bikers. They come up for the fall ride, and then, let's stop and see Pete.
Pete works whenever he has a free moment, and yet he still finds time for some humor. Outside the castle are other accessories to fit the medieval times. After 34 years of hard work, Pete's progress is obvious, but he says it isn't even close to being finished.
A lot of stonework on the other side, and the inside, very little is finished.
And if you want to see the castle for yourself, you only get one time a year. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday during the Tomahawk Fall Ride, the castle is open. Reporting from the Kelly Castle, Morgan Johnson, Newswatch 12.
Pretty cool stuff. The Friday Night Blitz is next here on Newswatch 12. But first, Chris Baranek has this week's Big Old Fish.
Newswatch 12's Big Old Fish is brought to you by Kurt's Island Sports Shop in Minocqua. They're both marvels. Okay, what day of the week do all fish dislike? Friday. Well, anyway, we're going to move right along into this week's Big Old Fish. We only have a couple more weeks before we announce the winner for this season. We start off this week's Big Old Fish with Brenda Robinson from Rhinelander, who caught this absolute tank of a crappie that measured in at 14 inches and says she caught it on a Rhinelander lake. Well, that is one big old fish, Brenda. Keep on reeling them in. Moving right along with this week's Big Old Fish, we have Joanne Krusik from Watersmeet, Michigan. She caught this 19-inch smallmouth bass on the Cisco chain of lakes in Watersmeet. 19 inches, smallmouth. Yep, that's a big old fish. Way to go, Joanne. Keep on reeling them in. Next up, we have 12-year-old Dylan from Appleton. No last name given. Now, Dylan was fishing with his grandpa on the Eagle River chain on June 30th, and he was using a black jig with a night crawler. And he slammed into this 17.5-inch smallmouth. Well, that's a big old fish. But it also goes on to say that he caught a 14-inch smallmouth that same morning. Sounds to me like Dylan knows how to catch him some big old fish. Way to go, Dylan. Keep on reeling them in. Next up on this week's Big Old Fish, we have Betty Larum from Springstead, Wisconsin. Now, Betty was fishing with her husband on a Springstead area lake just as the sun was going down, and she slammed into this 18-inch walleye. That's a heck of a fish, Betty. Keep on reeling them in. And finally on this week's Big Old Fish, we have Gerald Hartwig from Mosinee. Now, Gerald caught this big old bellied bass on an old, ancient rod and reel that hardly worked. Well, looks to me like it worked well enough to catch a big old fish, Gerald. Keep on reeling them in. All right, fishermen and women, make sure to keep those trophy pictures coming. All the information you need to be in a future episode of Big Old Fish and win a Norling Taxidermy fish mount is on our website, WJFW.com. And remember, anglers, fish on.